Now, at the moment all the bars are the same length, and we would like it to represent the relative number of views per screencast. But before we do that, let's put the basic code in place. We're going to set a relative width on the bar elements, so we use style to target the width style for each bar, and because this needs to be based on the data, we pass a function in here. For now, let's hardcode that at 50%, just so that you can see how our styling looks. So let's do the logic to give these bars the correct widths. For this episode, we're going to do our relative size calculations with lodash, so pull it in with Bower. It's not strictly necessary to use lodash, but I don't want to drop into D3 scaling at this moment. We're going to handle that in upcoming episodes. And I'm hoping that lodash is already familiar to you. Now we've got that installed, we quickly reference it in our index.html file. So with that out of the way, we get to use lodash. First, let's just sort the data based on its view count. We call this sort by function and say that we want our data sorted by the view count attribute of each item. In order to do the relative sizing, we need to find out what the maximum number of views are from our whole array of screencasts. So we use the max function to get the item with the biggest view count value. We want the actual value, not the screencast, so we get the view count attribute's value and assign that to the variable. Let's log that out quickly, just to make sure that it worked. Yep, it worked. Where we hard-coded 50% earlier, we can now calculate the relative width based on the data. I'm just going to give it a bit more space even though it mucks up my exemplary indentation over here. We want to calculate the percentage of the current screencast views compared to the maximum number of views which we got earlier. So we divide the count by the max views variable, then time it by 100 to get the percentage. And because we're working with CSS here, we concatenate a percentage character. As soon as we save that out, you can see that our chart updated. Let's drag that window bigger.